Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. On this beautiful, beautiful day, we've seen some great moves in the markets this week, and our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, teaching people just like you how to trade and invest. Thousands and thousands of people that have came to our classes to learn how to get started in the financial markets, but do that with confidence. I am Josh Lilquist. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for that investing class, so we have our local academies. We have physical academies all across the world. So if you're listening to the show right now, we do have a class near you. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing right now to the number 210-210 for 2 free tickets for investing class at our local academies. So, Al, as I mentioned in the last segment, we've been talking about various subjects here today. We talked about needing multiple sources of income strategies to build wealth. We talked about protecting your wealth. We talked about lowering and minimizing fees in a retirement account, 401ks and IRAs. Now I want to get into some of the opportunities that we kind of kicked the show off with, is as far as what we're seeing right now. And for our YouTube viewers, we just looking at a price chart, but we have areas of interest that we've been talking about over the past several months. And I think one of the most important ones that I think that we really hit the nail on the head was that U.S. dollar. Because the dollar really drives everything. Dollar is king. Right. And we had a demand zone that we had identified and talked about well before it happened, probably maybe in early July on this. It's a potential turning point for the dollar to continue to go back up. And that's really exactly what it did. And what's happened is we talked about, I believe it was last week, on how the dollar and the stock market was actually correlating, which typically doesn't happen. I think the term that we said is the stock market giving us a head fake. And it showed on especially Monday and Tuesday. Right. Big drops Monday and Tuesday with that dollar continuing to surge. So we've had opportunities there. But also if you look at oil, that's really been in a steady downtrend, but Monday and Tuesday kind of shot back up again. So great volatility there, which really means great opportunities. If you understand how the futures market works, for income strategies, oil, showing if you look at it on a price chart, just looking at Monday and Tuesday from the lows of Monday at about $86.36 to the high of Tuesday, right around $93. So doing the math there, what's that, $7? So for every dollar in the futures market with oil, one contract will equal $1,000. So there's $7,000 of opportunity there in 2 days. And is everybody going to get it right on the head? No. But if you have opportunities to take pieces of the cheese, you ever heard that term, Al, taking pieces of the cheese? And that's what we want to do as investors. So let's talk about what are you seeing in different opportunities? I talked about a couple. What are you seeing?
Well, volatility is the word. As long as we have volatility, which we have been having, and which based on what's happening in the economy in the world, we'll be seeing for some time, as long as there's volatility there are opportunities. What Josh is talking about when he's talking about a demand zone, that's an area that we identify, and we show you how to do that using our core strategy, and we'll even give you a trading and analysis platform that will help you to be more precise on that. But it's an area where we know there are buy orders. Look at it kind of like as a boarding house for buy orders. It might be a million or millions of buy orders living in that little band, that zone, that are just waiting to come into the market. They're unfilled while they're in that zone, but as soon as the market price hits that zone, those orders, like they jump out of that house. They're jumping out the window. They're jumping into the market, driving the price up. So regardless of whether you're looking at an individual stock or you're looking at an asset like an options contract or a futures contract or foreign exchange contract, Josh mentioned oil, for example. That's part of the futures contract market. Gold, precious metals, those are all parts of the futures market. Commodities. There are a number of opportunities out there. As long as there's volatility, you can find an opportunity. And all you need to do, really, the important thing isn't necessarily what the opportunity is or what the company is. Is it a good time to buy? Is there a price there that would be a good entry point or a good exit point for you? Even there's a difference between a good company and a good stock. And what we're concentrating on is the stock. Is it a good stock? Is it a good stock to buy at this particular time, at this particular price. What the company is itself isn't as important. And we show you why when you come into these classes. We're looking at areas on a price chart where price is going to move in the direction you want it to go, whether you're going long, which is typically buying something, or you're going short, where you're selling something. You want the price to move in the direction you want it to go, regardless of what the asset is. And there are thousands of different choices out there. One of the mistakes I think a lot of people make is that they try to concentrate on too many things. They try to be more of a generalist and not a specialist. What we help our students with is to put together a strategy that's designed for them based on what their goals are, what their personality is like, and then just have the discipline to follow that strategy, because that strategy should be developed in a way that helps you to reach your goals in the most effective and efficient way.
Yep, you're right. And that's, with these different opportunities with the stock market, they're really presenting themselves every single day. I believe it was last week we talked about Apple and how it was kind of the lone wolf in the stock market, and it was shooting up to the highs, which I believe might have been the day we actually did the show, and it was right around $176 per share. I think it was actually 174 when we were talking about it, and it went straight down right after that. Right. So that's what's a great thing is with options like what you're talking about. There's strategies for up markets, but also there's strategies for down markets, and that's what we talk about and introduce you to in these investing classes is what are these opportunities, so that way it doesn't matter which way this market goes.
There was a good example you just brought up with Apple, though. Did the fundamentals of Apple change when it stopped going up and started going down?
Nope.
No. What happened? Sellers came in and started driving it down. So what's important is identifying where the buyers and sellers are, not what the fundamentals of a company are, not what the technical indicators that typically are lagging indicators are. It's just simply finding the buyers and sellers.
And if these are new terms for you, that's okay. And how do you learn new terms? How do you understand it? You just get introduced to it. And that's what these investing classes are designed to do, is really introduce you to these techniques and concepts to make smarter investing decisions. So if you want to come to one of these classes, they're free. They're about 2 hours. Al teaches these. I teach these as well. And these are classes where we've taught thousands, just like you, how to make better investing decisions. So text investing right now. So text investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. Al, speaking of these classes, you teach a lot of these. What type of people are you seeing coming into these classes right now?
Scared people, confused people, but pretty much everybody you can think of. We get every age. The range goes from probably in the high teenagers up through 90 years old.
I believe 95 was the oldest person that ever came in.
Yeah,
that I remember anyway.
But when we have people that are concerned about their retirement, we have people that are just starting out that realize that there is potential in the markets, but they don't know how to achieve it. There are people that have been trading, and we see a lot of these people that have traded, and it's not going well, and they're just not consistent in their returns. So The great thing about OTA, Online Trading Academy, is that we can really customize an education to each individual, and people are different. Not everybody is going to be able or should follow the same strategy. There isn't a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter type of strategy. It should be specific to you, to your goals, and to your personality.
And really, we see people like Al's talking about all aspects of life. People, construction people, people in the healthcare industry,
right.
A lot of accountants, a lot of IT personnel, business owners. A lot of business owners do this because a lot of people are understanding that sometimes owning a business isn't always the best thing because their time is what they want back.
Yeah. Well, and typically that is their retirement. So if the business doesn't go well, if we go through something that impacts that business, that's a problem. So they're looking at developing a retirement plan other than just the value of their business.
Yeah, and some things you can expect to learn and be introduced to in these classes, especially if you're brand new to the markets, is how to get started. Where you might need to start to get in these markets. If you've been trading or investing for many years and you're looking to do better or do a little bit differently, well, that's just for you as well, because we can teach you those techniques and concepts. So really, for how educated you are or uneducated you are, these classes can be for anybody. And these are about 2-hour classes, and we'll introduce you to futures, Forex, options, some of the new terminology. So that way you can, when you're watching something or you're talking to your advisor or your broker, you know what those terms are. And all you have to do is learn those techniques and strategies. And these are classes. We have these during the week. We also have them on the weekends. And really, so anybody in all aspects of life and business has the opportunity to do that. That's why we do these so many times per week. So text right now for 2 free tickets for the investing class and a quick start kit, which will help you get started right away. Text investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. Al, we've talked about so many concepts and techniques here today. I want you to talk about today's OTA, tip of the week.
Well, folks, succeeding as a trader or an investor isn't about being intelligent or having the most ability. It's about mindset. It's about attitude. It's facing obstacles and fears and working at overcoming them, giving you the opportunity to achieve your full potential. If you want something bad enough, if it's important enough to you, you'll find what you need to give you the chance to achieve it.
That really makes me think about one of those quotes that I really like. I forget who it was, but Henry Ford it may be. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So if you have goals, if you have aspirations, if you have different things that you want to do in life, you have to do that today. You can't wait till tomorrow. You can't wait till next week. You can't wait till your ducks get in a row. Take advantage of these opportunities. The opportunities that we're seeing in the markets right now are phenomenal. Do that today. Text investing to the number 210-210 for a free investing class to get introduced to all these techniques and concepts we talk about. Make sure to follow the podcast if you missed part of the show on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Same time, same place next week. Until then, retire young, my friends.